Bitcoin is about to blow up. While many people have been pushing this tired narrative that the US dollar is about to collapse, I've been telling you on this channel that simply just isn't true. As we have been recently in a worldwide pandemic for most of this year, the United States has been printing money at will, but so has the rest of the world, meaning our dollars still stay relatively strong against the global economy. Today, I'm going to tell you why so many people have gotten this wrong and why Bitcoin is about to get a much needed boost. Let's get it. Hello and welcome to BitBoyCrypto. Hope you had a happy Memorial Day. As you can see, I'm making some changes here, so sorry for the progress. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. To learn more about crypto or trading, come join me on Telegram in the Bit Squad or Bit Squad Traders groups. All right, guys, before we get into the video, I do want to let you know that at the end of this video, I'm going to address some comments that were made about me by the Prince of Ponzi himself, Chico Crypto. Pretty funny stuff. But first, let's get into Bitcoin. So right now, the price of Bitcoin is at $8,800. Looking at the daily chart here, as of right now, we have been stuck sideways for about 2 weeks. Right now, we are under 9K, and while we may drop lower, we just got some big insight into where the market could possibly be going. The technicals are pointing towards a drop, but the fundamentals are pointing toward a rise. We will be getting into that here in just a bit for the news. As we shift here to the hourly chart, you will see that our FOMO trender indicator just flashed a buy signal, but I'm personally not feeling strong enough to get into a trade right now. Last week, I jumped into a long feeling bullish, and I got stopped out. I think that really is just where we are right now. There isn't a big enough indicator in the short term to signal a big move upwards, but I am expecting a significant rise sometime in the next 1 to 2 months. Could certainly be sooner than that though, and I hope it is. If you're interested in any kind of trading, I would love for you to join me in the OKEX trading competition. This competition will be all types of trading, including just regular spot trading, so you don't have to get risky. There's actually $150,000 up for grabs in this comp. Now, in the last competition with OKEX, we were actually in first place before a huge crash got a bunch of our traders, including myself, wrecked for the competition. It was pretty sad. But the point is, we had a legitimate shot, and I think this time we can win. So if you want to come join us in the competition, visit okx.bitboy.live for all of the details and instructions on how to sign up. And let's win this thing. So let's chop it up about Bitcoin for a minute. We had the halving hype, and now, honestly, it just seems like we are stuck. The bullishness has seemed to disappear, but I have a feeling we are about to see it return in a big way. While for a long time it seemed like a V-shaped recovery was going to be impossible for the US and the global economy, we are now seeing evidence that a V-shaped recovery could be the case. I have to say, personally, I did feel like we were going to go into a full-blown recession. Most people agreed with me. However, we are seeing big increases in not just the US stock markets, but also the global markets. People are ready to return to normal. There is really no question about that. The fear and stigma of the disease that swept the world is pretty much gone. This was very evident this weekend by all of the photos taken across the United States of people celebrating Memorial Day. Here's the thing. The American people will not continue to be locked down. We all played nice and fair, and we flattened the curve. But now, it's time to get back to business as usual, and the markets have taken notice of this. Now, I've been telling you guys for a long time, a weak dollar is not great for Bitcoin. A weak dollar is really only good for China, you communists. Yes, Bitcoin showed some resilience and recovery during the pandemic. In my opinion, it proved its value as a hedge against collapse. But a hedge is a protection, not a progression. A hedge will hold its value better than other assets when the markets collapse. But is holding its value all that we want? No, we want explosive growth for Bitcoin. And strong markets around the world mean that people have more money and are more willing to invest in something speculative like Bitcoin. And the old argument from Wall Street investors was that Bitcoin was too volatile to invest in. So they put all of their money into stocks. But with oil futures dropping to actually negative prices and airline stocks dropping 50% in a short period, that argument is dead. The current environment we find ourselves in is one of financial volatility. It's that more traditional assets have proven to be just as volatile as Bitcoin, if not more. This gives Wall Street investors the incentive they need to move over to Bitcoin, or at least to diversify their assets. If Bitcoin is going to go up, then guess what? We need more people to invest. So today's turnaround in the global markets and the United States stock market is very significant. While the last few months have not been ideal for the world in general, the truth is it was probably Bitcoin's best case. Its worth as a hedge was proven as it outperformed gold and stocks after the initial crash. And now markets are recovering to give people the money that they need in order to invest in Bitcoin. Now, in other news this week, we had the infamous and notorious Craig Wright exposed again. If you didn't know, Craig Wright claims to be the creator of Bitcoin. While almost no one believes him, he does have a small group of followers who defend him. Sounds like somebody else I know. There's an ongoing lawsuit against him by Kleinman, who is the brother of Dave Kleinman. Wright and Dave Kleinman were supposedly part of the original team that created Bitcoin. Since Wright claims himself as Satoshi, that means that he should have access to the approximate 1.1 million BTC owned by the creator of Bitcoin. According to Wright, the huge amount of BTC was part of a contract called the Tulip Trust, which just this year, on January 1st, was supposedly fulfilled, giving Wright access to the 1.1 million BTC, worth approximately $8 to $9 billion. Kleinman is suing Craig Wright on behalf of the deceased Dave Kleinman in order to get his half of the Bitcoin return. Now, in this lawsuit, Wright has had to submit several BTC addresses that he owns. Now, there were two separate documents with lists of addresses. One was a shatter list, which contained probable addresses that he could have owned. However, the Tulip Trust Bitcoin addresses were turned over in a different document, and they were confirmed. Of course, that document was inadvertently leaked by Kleinman's legal team. So we know the list of early Bitcoin addresses that Craig Wright claims to have. Well, we had an interesting turn of events this week as several of the Bitcoin addresses the Wright claims to own as part of the Tulip Trust signed messages proving there is someone out there with the private key. This was the message that was signed. Craig Stephen Wright is a liar and a fraud. He doesn't have the keys used to sign this message. The Lightning Network is a significant achievement. However, we need to continue work on improving on-chain capacity. Unfortunately, the solution is not to just change a constant in the code or to allow powerful participants to force out others. We are all Satoshi. While delusional people will say this is Craig Wright playing 4D chess, it's pretty obvious this is proof he doesn't own those addresses. Speaking of delusional people, I want to address Prince of Ponzi himself, Chico Crypto, and his sheep followers. I have nothing to hide. I don't scam people. Never have. Never will. He made some baseless accusations based on the fact that a good friend of mine who has some felonies on his record from many years ago. I stand by my friend, and we never tried to scam anyone. It's so stupid. Quinn and I had a scheduled college tour called Decentralized America, where we were going to talk about blockchain at different college crypto groups, and it got canceled. Wait for it. Because colleges are closed, you idiot. Chico said we tried to scam colleges, but we actually paid the blockchain groups that we were going to speak at. What a scam. This guy has the most sheepish followers I've ever seen. He can't attack me because I've never done anything, so he had to find someone in my circle with something questionable in their past in order to try to directly attack me, because unlike him, I am not a liar. But here's the thing. This channel will not become a non-stop drama bash channel like his. All I can say is this. You guys stay tuned because this is not over by a long shot. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. BitBoy out.